I'll try to be brief as possible, but I pray that you receive what it is that I'm saying. It's such an honor to be here. Thank you so much for this esteemed opportunity to come and witness this word. I am talking about breaking barriers, not treaties. Um, God has given me this wonderful opportunity to create what I call spiritual diplomacy, where we go beyond treaties, where we go beyond borders, policy that divides us, and unite in an interfaith linkage of peace, unity, and prosperity. In every generation, there comes a moment where faith must rise above fear, when bridges must be built in places of borders, and the voices of truth must step into spaces where silence has allowed hatred to grow. I believe that moment is right now. As a Christian pastor, spiritual advisor to President Donald Trump, I have traveled the world to meet with leaders of different faiths and nations. I have broken bread with Muslims in the kingdom of Eswatini. I prayed with Jews in Ukraine. I had peace talks with Hindu gurus in India, and I met with Christian leaders in South Africa. Now have the wonderful privilege to be here at the Vatican. I've stood shoulder to shoulders with faiths from every corner of the globe, and there's one thing that I discovered that we all have in common. We are more alike than we think. We all want safety for our children. We all want dignity and freedom. We long for justice, peace, the right to worship without fear. And yet, too often, fear clouds our vision. One of the most destructive messages and lies that are in the world today, and I stand this as a Christian believer, is that Islam is inherently evil and violent, and Muslims are needed to be feared. That is a lie from the gates of hell. That Jews are to be beaten and spoken ill against, for anti-Semitism that is rising around the nation and around the world. These are lies from the gates of hell. Muslims are not the enemy. Judaism is not the enemy. Christianity is not the enemy. Faith is not the problem. People are the problem. And when you realize that the only way to break through the divisions of faith and the only way to break through the things that separate us is to unite us around the things that makes us the same, which is we breathe the same air. We want peace and prosperity for all of our children. We want the right to call on to God, whoever you call God in your world. You have the right to do it, and peace and prosperity. That's the birth of what spiritual diplomacy is. That we're rising up where right now in America, there are so many divisions around the world, where what we are doing is we're stopping bullets, we're stopping wars through faith. So I have to be willing to talk with a Hindu. I may disagree theologically, but I can talk with them in the ground, in the prosperous of peace. That I will fight for you because you breathe the same air. You have the same type of blood. You desire the same thing. And I say this to around the world. It is difficult to hate somebody when you know their children's name. It is very challenging to want to blockade their ability to grow and to thrive when you know their grandchildren's name. This is what spiritual diplomacy is. Faith, no faith is immune to being hijacked by evil people. So the problem is not faith. The problem is the distortion of faith by those who seek power and those who seek to control through fear. bombs will never bring peace. Never. Bombs will never draw people together. I walked through war zones, and I not too long just came back from Kyiv and Ukraine. The bombs are circling the air. The Ukrainian people said that myself, along with General Kellogg, are the best anti-air defense system that they've ever had because the Russians decided to stop bombing when we were there. I looked beyond the color of their skin. I looked beyond who they call God. I looked beyond their politics. What do I see? I see a man. I see a woman. I see a child. My prayer is that there will be more of you that are here. You're already world changers. That's why you're speaking at this event. But that you would never allow racism. You would never allow any division that divides us and hone in the very essence of what makes us human beings. And that is to focus on what unites us. And when you think about what unites us, it's hard to want to hurt those that you have common ground together. You cannot defeat terrorism by killing more innocent people. You cannot defeat terrorism by dropping bombs, because every bomb that destroys a family home creates another enemy. Every strike that misses its target plants seeds of hatred in the hearts of someone who only wanted to live in peace. We create more terrorism when we kill more innocent. This is why spiritual diplomacy is a must, like never before. That we go beyond treaties, that we go beyond policy, that we go beyond borders, and we look at the human condition. We look at the fact that every human has a right to be free. Every human has a right to feed their children. Every human has a right to call on God without fear. And so with spiritual diplomacy that is rising around the world, it's one of the fastest growing movements that is happening around the world. People from every continent are contacting us. People from every area of the globe are saying, I can help. I'm connected. I can help bring down the evil that is happening. The Christians in Nigeria that are being killed right now. I have connections across the border. The evil that is happening in Cambodia and Thailand right now. I have help. The Israel and Gaza conflict. There are people on both sides who are willing to come together. In Russia and in Ukraine, there are people on both sides who are willing to come together and say, I don't care about governments. I care about people. I find it befitting to have this message right here at the Vatican. Now, I'm a black preacher, and I can talk for a very long time. But I pray that you hear the spirit of that's in my heart. And I pray that it becomes infectious to you. In whatever area, whether it's technology, we need to have moral people in technology. If good people are not behind technology, then it creates chaos. It creates one person using and abusing another person. You take a hammer in the hand of a builder and they build a house. You take a hammer in the hand of an evil person and they bash in heads of the least of them. So when there's good moral people, and I applaud you for having this conference again and inviting us who operate in the space of technology as an IT company owner myself. How it's so important that people who got good morals understand the power of technology. So in the hands of good people, good moral people, we get to build new hospitals. We get to feed more people. We get to make life easier for the less than, that everybody in the world have an equal chance. So I pray that you receive what I'm saying, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity to address. Let's all rise together and become spiritual diplomats, no matter what your faith is. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.